Story of how they are beautifully made to change the world. The story of how women are fashioned to make a difference in virtually everything. The story of how they are better managers, better bankers, better career or better carers, better leaders, and the list can go on and on. Prior to Beijing 1996, it was a sad scenario of the underscholarized female child, early marriage, silent voices, the kitchen as her only place, the backyard as where she belongs, the stay at home mom with neither a career, no career prospects, and every other thing that pushed women to the backseat. These past 28 years, we cannot say all has changed for the better, but we can hold firmly that tables have turned and that things have pointed to the right direction. We have seen girls and women grow from leaps and bounds, becoming the best mathematicians and physicians, becoming the best medicine students, law and journalism students, the best engineering students, the best computer science students in the university, running big non governmental organizations, leading successful women teams in several domains, excelling in sports, music, film, and other businesses, and of course, striving more to win and hold political positions. That is the 21st century woman. It is true, chauvinists have always attempted to stand in their way, but women have learned how to look before they leap and mastered how to leap over impediments. However, we cannot decipher how much this evolution could be measured as success. How much success women should obtain to hit the mark is also what we cannot tell at this time, except perhaps that some experts who work in the domain of women's development can help us. Now, two of such women are Dr. Esther Samson and Roseline Aigbokhan. They are personal development and life coach, respectively. Tomorrow and Monday, they are creating a virtual bootcamp for women to discuss success and chart the way forward in 2024. And so, less than 24 hours to this event, both women are joining us on radio today to talk about this bootcamp. They are the guests in today's edition of Apex Snapshots just on Apex One Radio. And so, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Welcome on board. The rest of the conversation will be held here in the studio and, of course, out there by Grace and Shin. We'll be right back with you. Do not go away. This is Apex One Radio, and welcome on board. This is not African Fiesta, but Apex Snapshot. We'll be right back. Do not go away.
So we introduce. Mhm.
Okay, so
Welcome back. This is Apex One Radio right here in Columbus, Ohio. My name is Danlet Grace Washington, and I'm co-hosting along with Shin, and we have some amazing guests on the show. We have Dr. Esther and Miss Roseline, and it's glad to have you guys here. So, without any time to waste, we'll get right into it. Miss Roseline, tell us about being a fulfillment specialist. Somebody who doesn't know what it means. What do you do as a fulfillment specialist?
Okay, greetings, everyone. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Okay, as a skilled fulfillment specialist means someone who is skilled and skilled to help people live a meaningful, purpose-driven, and happy life through realization of their true values, aligning them to their dreams, and with impacting their world with their gifts. So I help them to align with their dreams and impact their world with their gifts.
That's amazing.
I hope
Wow,
you can
that's
hear me.
mhm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really amazing. So, we don't just have Rosalie, we also have Esther, Dr. Esther. So, Esther, we have had you on Apex One Radio before, but for the sake of those coming across you for the first time, could you reintroduce yourself?
Okay, thank you so much, Danlete. Thank you, Shin. Thank you, Roseline, and thank you, Mr. Ernest, for having me here today. My name is Esther Samson Okaria, and I'm originally from Nigeria. I was born and raised in Kano State. I'm a personal development coach. I'm also a multi-published author, and I'm also a charity worker. I run the House of Mercy Network Foundation with my mother, and I'm also a part-time executive assistant.
That's great.
That's a huge baggage. In fact, you are really a powerful woman. This is a powerful today to be talking about great issue that is going to impact so many young girls, so many women out there.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, Miss Roslyn, tell us about being a life coach, especially for women. Why just women, and what do you do as a life coach?
Okay. As a life coach, I help women, counsel them, guide them, and motivate them to achieve their goals because as a fulfillment specialist, without the goals, they will not be able to fulfill their dreams. So they need to put plans together, steps together, goals together that can take them to that the realization of those dreams they want to fulfill. So what I do is I coach them, counsel them, guide and encourage them, help them when they go through challenges to be able to navigate through the path of those challenges to fulfill their dreams.
That's
Okay.
great. That's
So why women? Why women specifically?
Okay, women specifically because that is the call and that is what I'm graced for and is the strongest passion. That is where I have my strongest passion. So I'm graced to help women, and I would like to be based on that because it is the area that I'm so passionate about and have experience and I've studied, and the Lord has graced me in that area to help women.
Wow, we are so grateful. We are thankful for that. At least one more person to boost up, to keep on encouraging the young girls, to keep on motivating women to attain your dreams. So, Roslyn, you are also a
Yeah,
safety advocate. So, what are
yeah.
you advocating? Like advocating for safety in what domain?
Okay. For a woman to thrive, the environment needs to be safe for her. A woman needs to be in a safe environment to thrive. She needs to be in a place that can accommodate, encourage her to become the best version of herself. So as a safety advocate, we fight and for women to be safe, for women to be given the right to unleash their potentials, for women to be a voice in the community and be heard. You know, for women to also be acknowledged as part of the best.
Okay. That I actually want you to give a concrete example. We are talking about this safety
Okay.
environment. Like, how do you what do you actually advocate? How do you want this environment to be safety for these women to be actually bring out their full potential?
Okay, we do enlightenment programs. We do enlightenment programs in community because there are some of these communities who go through domestic violence. We have domestic violence cases, we have abuses all over the community. So we do enlightenment for people to be aware of cases of abuse that can come up and affect the girl child or the woman. So what we do is we enlighten women on the preventive measures to avoid being abused, and also those that are being abused, we help them to heal and also encourage them to run with their dreams. So I advocate to promote safety in environment for women to thrive and make sure that their wings are not clipped, and also to stop the noise that can be had. That women be respected, safe, supported to become whatever they want to do without limitation and without being neglected.
Thank you.
That's really, really great. So, for being a left coach and being a safety advocate, being there for other women and I guess for young girls too, it can be challenging. So, for people like you who pour so much into other people, how do you refill? How do you feel safe for yourself? How do you really, really, I would say, take care of your mental health
Okay.
because you pour so much into other people?
Okay. I take care of my minds. I have a counselor also. As a counselor, I have a counselor that I am able to also have my discussion with, also talk with. The times that I get somehow stalked or overwhelmed, I just relax and kind of rewind and also discuss with my counselor. I also being a counselor doesn't mean I shouldn't have a counselor. So I have
True.
my challenges too. When I'm overwhelmed with most of the cases I come across with, I just need to just sit back, have a rewind,
Mhm.
and talk to my counselor.
Okay. And what are some of the prevailing factors of an unsafe environment in places like Nigeria?
Okay, one of the prevailing factors of unsafe environment is the gender inequality, violence and abuse. You know, those are one of the things affecting women. Lack of social development. Most of
Mhm.
these women are not exposed to also healthcare services, free healthcare services, and that has really affected most of these women because they go through a lot of stress and they are not given the right free access to get health care in Nigeria. So most of these women come down with illness that cannot be managed because most have even gotten to the last phase of those illness where they cannot really manage it. And so one of the challenges we have is lack of access to adequate healthcare services and also
Mhm.
this pervasive and violent
That's
Okay.
amazing.
abuse and
Mm-hmm. Okay, this question I'm going to ask Esther. I go to Esther. So, Esther, can you tell us how you came across Roseline and for how long have you known each other?
Thank you so much, Shin. So I've known Rosaline now for over a year. I'll say maybe going to a year and a half or maybe 2 years because we became friends on Facebook through another friend on Facebook, and I just her page popped up on my Facebook page, and I just liked what she was doing. I was like, oh wow, I need to follow this lady. The way she advocates for young girls,
Mm-hmm.
for women, and that's because we live in a the community where we live as Africans. Many people are not ready to see women advocating for other women and even men because then they feel that you are trying to be a man. So when I saw Rosalie, I was like, wow, the boldness for her to be able to walk confidently in that call despite the shaming and all. So that was why that was how we became friends and on Facebook. And yes, and we've been doing a few things together.
Okay.
That's amazing. So to be able to see the work, I think Facebook and other social media platforms, they were created for us to be able to network and to show
Mhm,
our talent and to share our gifts with the world, because sometimes you don't even know who's watching you.
mhm.
So because of what she had on her platform, you're able to relate to it and connect to her. So tell us about some of the things that you guys have been working on together.
For example, I organize a lot of classes and personal development coaching events. So throughout last year, I was able to do, I think, about two with Roseline, and it was also about on people unleashing the potentials in them, and it was mixed for men and women. And I think there was another one about writers, for writers to find themselves. So we did that together as well. And we
Mhm.
started, she runs an NGO called the Preserve Vessel, and mine is House of Mercy Network Foundation. So this year, we were able to collaborate to start a project which she has already started and I have already started, called Project Trade. And it's just to empower women and teenage mothers to delve into petty trade, because we believe that at the end of the day, this will help them to become self-sufficient and bring out themselves and maybe even some of their family members out of
Mhm.
poverty. So these are the things that we've been doing. And throughout this month, we had, for example, 3-day webinar training to try to educate and bring into awareness to women, for bring them together to understand principles of businesses and how to, start their petty trade, how to
Mhm.
be able to strive despite recession and inflation all over the world. We taught them so many things. So it's really been wonderful working with Rosalie, and that's what we've been doing together.
That is really wonderful, because especially in Africa, like Nigeria, where the mentality people are not really open to such things, you guys have to crack the hard nuts in your head so they can
Mhm.
easily accept it and move with you.
Yes.
So this question goes to Roseline. In 1996, the much talked about World Conference for Women in Beijing changed the global perspective of the women folk. 28 years later, how would you describe the situation of the woman? Is the woman being marginalized per se?
I would, okay, thank you for that question. It's September 15th, 1995, um, China's landmark conference for women. It's a policy agreed to consolidate legal advances for women to also be given the rights and be given also the privilege to be able to work in laws and in policies, to be given position also like the same with a man. So basically, that conference was centered on gender equality. It was conveyed by the United States, where both equal partners, the man and the woman, can also be an equal partner in all aspects of life, where they'll be able to take up positions and get their right to education, get the right to women are able to get their education and training of women, women and poverty, women and the economy, be given a space. And that conference helped a lot in helping the society to accept women as leaders. Because there has been this cultural belief that a woman is meant for the kitchen, that a woman shouldn't have a career, that a woman
Mhm.
is meant to serve a man. But the conference brought another concept. I gave an approval for women to be given a space in a political setting, be given a space in the career, be given a voice, and that has really helped so far in the percentage of 100. I would say it has really helped in 50-60%, because in Africa we have this very strong cultural background that has really affected the acceptance of women as being equal to
Mhm.
men and being partners together and being given that opportunity to take up positions that all men can also speak up. And most of the time, when you come up to talk about these things, people tell you you're a feminist, you don't want to lead, you don't want to be, you don't want to submit, and all. And I just come up to tell them it is not about being submissive in marriage. It is not, doesn't even stay on marriage. It's about women having the right, being equal, being given position, being given the right to education, being given the
Mm,
right to good health, to training, women being given the right to power and decision making, being given a place because they have the capacity and they have the ability, just as God created the men to do.
mm.
And they,
Oh, that's amazing. So I know you mentioned where a lot of time, especially I would say several years back, where society expect the woman to be in the kitchen and not to be in leadership position or to be into politics and all of that. So, in your opinion now, how far do you think we have come, especially as African women, and how much do you think right now African women contribute to the social and the economic status of society?
wow, okay, okay. We really come so far because we have women who are leaders. We have Ngozi Okonjo, she's the director
Hmm.
of the World Trade Organization, and she's doing exploits. She's doing
Yeah.
exploits. She's a woman, and she has been an economist 5 years in her career. And so, if she could do that, take that position as the world director of the World Trade Organization, it means that we are coming up, we are moving, and it's a plus to we women in Africa. And we have
Yeah.
Fumi Badejo, she's in the US, currently serves as Special Assistant to the United States President, and Joseph
Hmm.
Biden, and Assistant Counsel in the White House. So if that conference was about this opportunity for women to be
Hmm.
placed in those positions, political positions where they can express their potential, they can fulfill their dream. So if women can be given more opportunities, they will be able to, they have the capacity to fulfill their dreams. They have the capacity to do those assignments just the same way that
Hmm.
men can do it. If they have
Mhm.
the right knowledge, they can go as far as fulfilling what their duties and what they need to do.
Yeah, quickly, I wanted to go back
Okay.
on the topic of being a feminist, and I will go to both of you ladies. Are you both a feminist? And then I want you to just shortly speak on the it's a trending topic on social media where people always talking about this 50-50 in the household. If the woman should go 50% on bills and finance and the men should do the same, or some people feel it should be 70-30 or 60-40. What's your thoughts on that? Any of you can answer.
Okay. Is that to okay? Esther. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just say okay.
So, feminist, being a feminist, I think the issue we have here is the understanding of words. People
Mm-hmm.
perceive words in different ways. They understand it in different ways, and it depends on the context. Am I a feminist? I love women. I
Mm-hmm.
advocate for them. I want them to have the best. And if you look at feminism, it has things with advocating for women to have better political, social, economic rights. It
Mm-hmm.
never said anything as women advocating to subjugate or limit men. No.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said sometimes there's a problem with this perception of words. What does
Yeah.
it mean? And that's why when we hear certain words, if we don't know what it means, the
Mhm.
best thing is to first of all go to the Merriam Webster and check it and find the synonyms to be able to understand what the word means. And then
Mm-hmm.
we go to the 50-50, 50-50 and all. To me, for example, I'm a born again Christian. I have a kingdom mindset, and I don't believe in 50-50 because I believe that if, for example, I am married and I live with a man in my house, my husband, that is why he is a man. He's there to be able to care for his family. And God has put this capacity in him to be able to lead the home and be able to care for his home. So the first thing for this man is be able, first of all, not to put the 50-50 in his head, but to say, this is what I can do to find ways to take care of his family. And then if he feels that he's not capable enough, and that's when I come in as an helpmate to be able to
Mm-hmm.
help with what I have. So it doesn't limit anybody and it doesn't limit him at all. So I don't believe in the 50-50 unless if the person I get married to is not capable. But first of all, I think as women, that is why we need to be careful with the choices we make. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you feel that you want someone that will be able to lead you, that will be able to care, then I think you need to upgrade. You need to upgrade yourself. And when you upgrade yourself, you attract what you want.
Yeah,
So
that's an interesting perspective. Let's hear from the other lady.
Yes, and just like Esther said, I don't believe in the 50-50. I believe before as two partners are coming together to build a home, there should be an agreement, there should be a vision, there should
Mm-hmm.
be a principle. How they want their home to go. What works for your home may not work for mine because, like she said, what if the man is not capable at that time? Maybe the wife is able to get the job faster than the husband. She could just take it up as taking care of the home, not just this
Mm-hmm.
50-50 understanding of sharing of assignments and all that, of duties. So bring 50 for this, no, it shouldn't come in that form. It should come more like partnership, being a partner to
Mm-hmm.
your partner and working together, both financially and emotionally, to make sure the family is being taken care of. So it's not about one party saying, I'm bringing 50, you have to bring your 50.
Yeah.
What if she's pregnant, which at the point of pregnancy, she can't go to work, and that
Mm-hmm.
policy cannot work in that home. So I believe every home has a vision, and they should have a system that can rule the home. They should have a system that can guide them at different stages. So the first stage may not really work out for a woman. At that point, she may, a lot of things can come up according to their plans. They should be
Mm-hmm.
able to know what works for them. 50-50, I don't think it's a good one to just bring about that idea. So women
Mm-hmm.
bring a lot to the table. Men now they want to ask what do you bring to the table? What is she bringing to the table? We are the
Mhm.
table. We make
Oh.
the table. So I believe women they are capable, they have the ability to support you, as God said that they should be the helpmate, but it shouldn't be like what is she bringing to the table. If she has value, if she's there to support you in your vision and you're there to support her in our vision, you are both supporting each other in marriage to achieve your dreams. So I believe it's a partnership thing, covering up,
Mm-hmm.
complementing one another financially and in all aspects.
That's a great
Just
point.
like Esther said, she just needs it.
That's actually a great point. So the couples are different. So the main aim is both coming together in order to build a family in order to succeed and grow. So talking
Mm-hmm.
about coming back to leadership, female leadership. Roseline, you are a leader. So, what do
Mm.
you see
Okay.
as far as female leadership is concerned? Is it conspicuous in Nigeria? And how will you assess the female leaders? How will you assess the female leaders you have worked with so far?
Okay. We have amazing female leaders in Nigeria and they are doing amazing job. They are doing amazing in Nigeria with the female leads. The ones I've worked with, they are the one influencing, impacting the community. We have women leaders who are impacting women, impacting widows, children in rural communities who do outreaches for people, for communities. So we have great leaders, even in the body of Christ. We have leaders as a believer. We have leaders who are impacting women. Okay. I hope you
That's
can hear
great.
me.
Yeah, yeah, I get you clearly. We get you.
Okay, so we have, yes, we have leaders who are impacting women, who are
doing great jobs, who are doing great things for the kingdom, who are also
Mhm.
raising women to fulfill their destiny, fulfill their purpose. So I work with some of them, and they're amazing. We do a lot of collaboration together because the goal is to help women. The goal is to
Mhm.
lift women and help them to fulfill their potential. So I've worked with most of some of them, and I see that they have the same passion. We all have the passion to help these women, help these teenagers to become a better version of themselves, and to also unleash their potentials. So we leaders are really doing an amazing job, and I've worked with some of them. I can say that they are doing their best in Nigeria to make the society a better place.
That's amazing. That's very, very great. Esther, being an author and a writer, there are other African women too who also write, and they have a lot of stories. I know when I sit among some older African women, there are a lot of amazing stories that they have to tell, but some of those stories haven't been published, maybe because of fear, insecurity, fun eyes. So is encouraging women to publish more books or write more stories to get published something that you can do, or are you already working on it?
Thank you so much, Grace. So I've already started doing that. I remember in some, I think 2 years ago, I worked with Madame Delphine Epote. She's the CEO of African Ivory. And I also work with two other women recently to publish their book. So it's something I've been doing because, just like you said, it's a way to encourage women, African women in the diaspora and even in Nigeria. Because if you look at centuries, for centuries, we have tales we're told, mainly
Mm-hmm.
by male,
Mm-hmm.
the male race. And now encouraging women to express themselves, tell their own
Mm-hmm.
experiences in their own voice is, it's kind of us breaking this literary convention that the man only has to tell the story. So you are encouraging these women to come out of the box. You are encouraging them to express themselves in their own style, to tell us how it is, to voice it out, not to be shy, not to be ashamed. And
Mm-hmm.
this is something that I do as well when I have people, women authors, come to me, and I also try my best to share their work on my stories and even on my pages as
Mm-hmm.
much as I can. And recently, last year, I was able to moderate at one of the authors. She published a book, and it was a book about travails of an African Black woman, and the story was quite riveting and emotional. And I think this is it's something I do, and it's one thing that I think we all should encourage women around us, because I think women are amazing authors. Imagine if, for example, if you go to the library, if you look around the bookshops, you see more women purchasing books. So women are also good. They are good. They help the publishers to market the books. Imagine if women stopped reading books, then we will definitely have a decrease in the sales of books. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to encourage more women to write stories. We need to change the narrative, and yes, we need to hear more voices out there.
Yes, we need more women to tell the stories in their own style. We will
Yes.
have more coming from Dr. Esther and Miss Roseline right here on Apex One Radio. But we're going to take a short break to be right back. Don't go nowhere. Stay right there. Hey, welcome back. This is Apex One Radio. My name is Stanley Grace Washington, and I'm hosting along with Shin. We have some amazing guests here, Miss Roseline and Dr. Esther. We're talking about the balanced woman and some of the amazing work that they are doing. So we will go back to Shin and we'll continue the show. Welcome back. All right, so let's talk about women and success. So for Dr. Esther, your upcoming boot camp will focus on women and women's successes. Before you get into the details of that, what is the definition of a successful woman in your
Okay.
own opinion?
To me, I believe that it's quite simple. I just believe that a successful woman is one who is clothed with strength, dignity, and this is just someone who adds value to everything and everyone around them.
Mm. Someone who adds value to everything and everyone around them. That's amazing. All right. Um, Shane, are you here?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you.
that's wonderful. So I'm going to be asking this question to Roseline. So Roseline, some career women will hold that a housewife who stays home and does not contribute financially is not a successful woman. What is your take on that?
Okay. 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 Answering that question, a woman staying at home doesn't mean she's not working. She's actually working at home also. So this understanding that a full-time housewife or a woman staying at home is not successful, I would say that it all still boils down to what is the goal of the family at a given time. What the family wants at a particular time may not be acceptable by the society. If at the first phase of the marriage, the woman should be home, it doesn't stop her from doing pursuing her career. Even at home, she could do courses, apply for some courses, apply for some online skill acquisition, and she could also do things, pursue her dreams while in the home. So I don't think a woman stay at home is not successful. She can be home and be successful. It all depends on what she's doing at home. So
Mm-hmm.
even while she's at home doing her responsibility as a mother, she can also still do drop some. She can, like I said something. There's something like having your 24 hours and you have 7 buckets that of plants that you need to drop water into those plants with your 24 hours. Let's say the 24 hours you have is the water in your hands. You look out for the things that are important to you at every season and pour out of your 24 hours into those plants. So no aspect of the woman's life is dying, or no aspect of her life is being neglected. So I believe she
Mm-hmm.
can be a stay-at-home mom and still do 1 2 things about her career. She can still do something about her dreams, even
Yeah.
while staying at home. So she is
Yeah.
not she is successful because success
Mm-hmm.
can only be defined by us. The world
Yeah.
cannot define success to you because they don't have your
Yeah.
goals. They don't know your dreams. So success can only be defined by you. So being able to define success yourself is very important, because if you rely on what the world says, they tell you are not successful. They don't understand your dream and they don't know your
Mm-hmm.
goals. So she can achieve her goals and her dream even staying at home. She can be successful also as a stay at home mom.
And
Yeah.
that's very true. Just to add to what you say, because I know of several couples where the lady is actually a housewife, but she's a good manager. She actually
Mm-hmm.
manages her home good, wonderfully. She gives solid and good advice to her husband. When her husband goes to work and he comes back, he can tell him how we can do to manage this money. When he brings stuff, she manages it clearly and good. So without the woman, the man will not be successful because he actually needs her home. she's with the kids, giving him time to be able to go out there and fetch for them, and she can be also be able to manage all the resources they will build together. So that's it, Grace.
Yeah, that's amazing perspective too, Shin. So, Miss Roseline and Dr. Esther, you both ladies are successful in what you do. So, what would you tell other women, or what would be the encouragement as far as the steps they can be able to take to succeed?
Okay.
Any of you can answer to that.
Okay, so how can women succeed? Be it a housewife, be it a career person. The first thing
Mm-hmm.
is you have the capacity, and it's here. It's in you. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe if someone is struggling right now, maybe a woman who is watching us, or even a male, and they're struggling to be like, um, I don't think I'm successful. The thing is that maybe you need to reposition the way you see success. Is success really all about the materialistic things? And that was what I said at the beginning, that to me, I feel successful people are people who add value to everything around them. So I think the
Mm-hmm.
first step is to find your true self.
Yeah.
What can I do? Who am I? And how can I use what I have to add value with everything around me, with what I do? How can I, for example, if after you have discovered that maybe you are someone who you are good with the pen, with words, how can you through the words, how can you through also speaking, how can you, for example, as an eloquent speaker, how can you in your business add value, distinguish yourself out there in the society and even in your home? I think once people are able to find that valuable thing in them, I think then maybe it will give them that satisfaction that they have really found the success that they deserve, because money is not really success. People have money. Yes, they can travel around the world. They can pay their basic amenities. But are
Mm-hmm.
they really adding value to everyone or things around them? Because you can be wealthy and you can
Mm-hmm.
still be stupid, and
Yeah,
your life still doesn't make meaning.
Mm,
So,
that's interesting.
that's true. So, um, I don't know. Can Rose need to give her own part about this question? Like, what should a woman know or do in order to succeed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just in addition to what Dr. Esther said, I also add that a woman should put herself first. Put herself first. Because as women, we have this motherly affection. Most times women don't put themselves first. They don't put their health first. They don't put their values first. They just want to be at the back seat. Most
Mm-hmm.
times they want to be the one to carry the weight of everyone. So I want to say
Mm-hmm.
that in order for you to succeed, you need to put yourself first. You need to know that you are enough. See, women need to understand that they are complete in Christ. They are complete in God to achieve their goals. They don't need to be married to be complete. Marriage is just to complement you, to make you better, to get someone who will assist you and support you in achieving your dream. So a woman needs to understand that she's enough. She has the
Mm,
capacity. She believes in her dream. She believes she can do, she can become, and she can have. So she needs to also believe in her capacity and also set priorities that can help her in achieving her goals and stick to those priorities. Being successful doesn't come in just design to be successful. There are a lot of things that needs
mm-hmm.
to be put in place, a lot of steps, a lot of actions, a lot of keys to be applied for one to actually achieve those goals that makes you successful. So I would say that the woman should believe in her capacity. She should keep learning,
Mm-hmm.
set her priorities, and also learn to give out, delegate responsibility. If it becomes too weighty, maybe they
Mm,
become overwhelmed, they can also delegate responsibility by getting some of the things that can help them so they don't get overwhelmed, they don't get stuck
mm-hmm.
when they are doing taking over their responsibilities. So those are one of the things I just want to add to what Esther said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, Roslyn, that's very true because I can talk about an experience of a young lady. I think she's like 30 years old. She's not married. But
Mm,
when you look at her, she has the potential of a lady that does not sleep. When I mean does not sleep means she is like restless. She always wants to get achieve in order to take care of her two kids that she's with at home. But at a certain point, when she tries maybe once and twice, she does not succeed, and then all her friends or family around her, she see them maybe moving forward, she thinks no, it's because they are married, it's because they have a companion that
mm,
accompanies them. So she one day told me that I am tired, I want to get married too, because I think it's only when a husband is by me to support me before I can actually blow up. But that was not the case. She has been wanting to get married, and then she had put that in her head that no, it's only a husband that can permit me to grow, on which she had that potential. She did not just believe in herself. Everybody sees that this lady is someone that has the potential to grow, but she limits herself because she put that barrier in her mind that no, it's just by a husband by me to support me that will be able to do things. So those are the kind of mindset that I think have to be changed in women. As you said, Rosalie, they have to believe in themselves, because women can actually do it all, they have it all. Thank you. Great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And I think women, as women, we put too much on ourselves and it becomes draining. And I'm really, really excited that Dr. Esther and Miss Roseline are organizing this event. And I guess it will be about balancing women's mindset and women's health and everything else. So let's talk about the Balanced Woman Boot Camp. Dr. Esther, tell us, when you say the balanced woman, what does it mean to be balanced? What people who will see the flyer or will hear about this event, they will be wondering, what does it mean?
Okay, thank you so much, Dan Letter. Actually, the event, Rosalie Aigbokhan, she's the
Mhm.
initiator of the event, so I'm just tagging along for the fun of it. And for example, when I say balance, for me, when she talked about it and I saw it, I was like, oh wow, that's a good topic. Because balance to me, it just means that every facet of your life, every part, it makes meaning.
Mm,
And that's just what I feel. I feel that it makes meaning when you have a balance. And for me, as someone who is a worshiper with God, and I just feel, God is the center,
Yeah.
and
mhm,
I'm also part of the different categories of my life. I mean, from my health to career to family to business to
Mhm.
mm,
passion. It must all make meaning.
mhm,
I must find ways to be able to drop burdens, because many people, they don't really have a balance. Why? Because sometimes you look at it, they have no clarity.
mm,
And that's why you see people doing, you call it jack of all trade, carrying
yeah,
everything, just like what Shin said, taking
mhm,
a lot of burdens that they are not supposed to take, the ones they are supposed to take, the one they are not supposed to take. And at the end of the day, you find yourself running on empty, you find yourself overwhelmed, you are burned out, and you are back to zero. You cannot
mhm,
achieve anything. So balance is just you being having a middle point,
Mhm.
mm,
and you're able to, everything just weighs.
mhm,
And for me, God is the one carrying me. I just
mm,
see that His fit and see ways to set better goals
yeah,
according to various categories. I find ways to prioritize my rest. I find, for example, I use my phone a lot to
mm,
do to set schedules. I don't overload myself. Before I
yeah,
overload myself to a point of burnout, I
mhm,
must not speak at every event. No, I must
yeah,
speak at places that I feel I'm led and it makes meaning.
Mhm.
yeah,
By so doing, I'm putting a balance in my life, even in my career as a speaker, as a
mhm,
one-on-one personal development coach. And I'm not overloading myself with things that are not making meaning, but doing and pursuing things that make meaning. And at the end of the day, I'm not burned out. At the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, I'm able to make valuable impact to people, especially around my community.
Amazing. You don't have to do it all. That's what I got
Yeah.
from your
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
presentation.
Exactly. You have to be specific to actually find how you know what you want to do, specify the end. So, Rosaline, many women are affected
Okay.
by the mental health crisis that the world is going through, especially stress. And this happens for many reasons, including workload, among other things. So, how does a typical career woman in Lagos, how does she, for example, goes through all of this stress, balancing career
Okay.
and maternal, your home, your
Balancing
children?
career and
Yeah.
other responsibilities.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, balancing career and fulfilling their other responsibilities needs a lot of balancing. That what I call balancing, because we the world is demanding right now. Even the economy is not encouraging. There are a lot of challenges women face in the economy. So there's this part of a woman that needs they need to understand the place of balancing according to their priorities, placing balance in what is important at a given time, so they don't get weighed down. They don't get stuck with. They don't get afflicted. Maybe they don't get stuck along the line. So what I do is I tell women to create balance in setting priorities and sticking to it. I'll still keep on that. Setting priorities. And every time there are things that are important. Listing out those things that are important, doing it to do, taking action, actionable goals, setting goals that can be achievable, that can also help them achieve their aim at every given time, helps them to live, to balance the chaos and the demanding phase they can be. So I would say that another point that can help women, career women, especially in Lagos, is for them to have a proper time management. You know, most of these women don't have proper time management. They spend a lot
Mm-hmm.
of time doing things that don't align with their dreams. They spend a lot of time maybe watching TV or gisting or talking on social media, chatting. So most of these women, they need to understand proper time management so that they can be able to fill each pot. I said something about the 7 pots: your so the social, the physical, the emotional, the mental health, and financial, every part of our totality. So balancing means you are able to create you are able to regulate all aspects of your life in a way that one doesn't drain you. What you're not giving one all the energy, because you have to fulfill your responsibility and also take good care of your mental health. So what I will advise is proper time management, and they should be able to delegate time, delegate responsibilities. Like as a woman, you don't have to wash your clothes, you have to assign someone who can do that for you. There are some of these responsibilities that you can get help to achieve those responsibilities in order for you to get relieved in those areas. So I
Mm-hmm.
also say they should also practice self-care. It's
Mm.
demanding. The life in Lagos is demanding. it's
Yeah.
it's it's really demanding. Women are stressed. Many women are going through mental health issues, but they need to
Mm-hmm.
learn to take care of themselves, do exercise, eat healthy food, know when to rest, take enough
Mm.
rest in order for them to be able to achieve their goals. We need this body to achieve our goals, so they need to take care of themselves. Another point I wrote here is they need to deal with those areas that are taking their energy. See, there are areas that can drain women, especially
Mm-hmm.
one of the as a counselor, one of the areas I observe that is draining a lot of women is marriage.
Hmm.
Many women come and they tell you, "Oh, marital this, marital that, marital my husband is doing." So they get drained by marital challenges that they are not even able to fulfill their dreams. They are not even able to do plan any goals or set plans for their goals to be fulfilled. So what I do is I try to see, okay, how do we handle those challenges that are draining you? so that you can have enough energy, enough time, emotionally be prepared for your purpose. So they need to deal with those things draining them, those challenges that is draining them in the society, that is affecting the balancing. It could be in their health, it could be in their marriage, it could be social effect, it could be any form of abuse or whatever it is that can be draining them should be addressed. And that's basically they should be able to create a balance between being a wife, a mother, and a career woman. It's possible to fulfill your responsibility in this aspect and still be healthy and still have your mental state very perfect.
So actually, this is going to be practically explained during the boot camp for sure. So for anybody who wants to know how to actually go about all this balance and everything, we should all go for the Balanced Women boot camp. So Roseline, why the name
Yes.
navigate? Why the theme navigate your path to success in 2024?
Okay. Okay, because okay, navigating their path to success. Navigating their path to success is like helping them, telling them to plan their path into achieving their goals. You know, when you navigate, it means that there could be limitations, there could be hindrances in order that wants to stop you in achieving your goal. So navigating your path is like you finding a way, both strategically or and intentionally, to get to your goal in 2024. You know, we know that there are challenges in Nigeria. We have complaints, we have personal issues. So we want to make them realize that despite these issues we have in the economy, despite the issues you're having in your marriage, you can still navigate your path. You can still follow a path. You can still find a path. You can still be strategic in finding a path, creating a path that can lead you to fulfilling your goals and your dreams in 2024.
That's amazing. So we can
And
say,
one of the things that can help them, yes,
go ahead.
okay. Okay, one of the things that can help is them being able to manage their lives. That really comes in play if they have to navigate. They need to know, okay, where are they going to? What are the paths they need to, the plans they need to put in place that can lead them to where they need to get at every given time, according to their dreams in 2024. Thank you.
Great. So being able to fulfill their dreams and being able to follow their path, we can say that's the motivation behind organizing this boot camp. So why at this time of the year? And I would let Dr. Esther to answer this. Why right now?
So, like I said, Rosalie is the initiator, and just like she had said, she told me that she wanted that it was best for one to organize the boot camp at the beginning of the year, which would
Mm-hmm.
because she felt that this was going to set the path. It was
Mm-hmm.
going to help. It's like a way to guide these women, to guide and empower them with these strategies that can
Mm-hmm.
help them to be able to navigate their path, to be able to achieve actionable goals, realistic
Mm-hmm.
goals. Because sometimes, we all have these resolutions at the beginning of the year. I want to lose 20 kg. That was what I told myself last year. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I succeeded in losing about five. And, and that's what we do. But in this boot camp, and at the beginning of the year, January, these women could sit down with us. It's not about just pumping them with informations, but actually giving them actionable strategies, tried and tested,
Mm-hmm.
that we believe that has worked for us, has worked for other people, and can also work for them if they apply it consistently and they are intentional about it. At the end of 2024, definitely we are going to see better results and positive change. So that was why we believe that it's best to start at during January.
That's strategic. Amazing.
So, who are those expected to attend this boot camp?
Tired
Who are
women,
your
women,
your target?
women, women who are running on empty, women who are like, I'm tired. I'm tired, I'm burned out. Women who perhaps they are in a phase of confusion right now, and they're like, I don't know who I am anymore. I
Hmm.
know this is who I used to be before. And so these are the women that we want. um, Women that are perhaps going through a lot of emotional trauma. We believe that if they come to this place, definitely they might, there's just something that they will hear, something that they will see, and it will awaken something in their spirit. Women who are driven, who want more, who believe
Mm.
that they are made for more. So we want them to come here. We want them to open up their heart. We want it to like, I'm ready to put in the work. I'm ready to see that I put in the work, put the strategies in order, and see that by the end of 2024, despite the heavy winds that might blow, I will stay consistent and thrive. So
Mm-hmm.
these are the kind of women that we are expecting. So we're not expecting for perfect people, but people who really want to be changed and want to add value to
Mm-hmm.
themselves, to their society, to their homes.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Amazing. So you ladies
Yeah.
have been planning this event for a while now. And I know you have put in a lot of work. Let's talk about, we can't do anything without finance. So let's talk about finances, the fees, and what people need to do to be a part of it. If I want to attend, how do I attend? What do I do? How much is the fees and all of that? Any of you ladies can answer.
Rosalie, over to you.
Yeah.
Okay. In order for us to achieve our goal of helping these women to navigate their paths into a fulfilling 2024, we actually wanted a commitment financially, because some of these women, when you make this event for free, they kind of um, see it as something. They're not that. They may not be so committed to it. So we just thought of, okay, how can we bring up a price that may not be so, that won't be so taxing for them, so difficult for them to provide for those sessions, for the boot camp. So I came up with, okay, early bets of 5,000 naira. That is about £5, I guess so. Then for early bets of 1 to 50 women, then not the price of the boot camp is 10,000 naira for just for as a commitment, because we're actually not after the fund. We want to really see these women come in the large number to get the value we have to offer, to also help
Mhm.
them get understanding about their purpose and how they can drive into their passion and purpose and achieve their dreams in 2024. So
That's
that's the
amazing.
price we have for you.
Okay. So how can we is it like it's going to be held
Okay.
through which virtual platform?
Okay,
How
yes,
is it?
it's a virtual platform. We're using a virtual platform, and there's a link. There's a waiting room on WhatsApp where people can join the WhatsApp waiting group. So from the waiting group, they'll be able to send their teller and be added to the class. So it's going to be a visual bootcamp, and we have all the classes ready. The materials, they've been informed of the materials they need to provide, because we'll be having session of vision board, understanding vision,
Yeah.
and we have series of the plan we have for them, understanding life balancing, the Deborah strategy, and a lot of things in place for them to do in the boot camp, because it's not just the teaching or a webinar, it's a boot camp, and they also have to be actively involved in this boot camp. So we have a class for them on WhatsApp, and we also have a waiting group link that they can join to wait while they do the payment and be added to the class.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
great. I like this because it's a virtual program. So that means any woman who wants to be inspired or wants to learn and network can be able to attend. So for those who are not in Nigeria or in the UK, how can they make payment What payment link can they use to be able to make payment and attend this event?
Dr. Esther.
Any of you ladies?
Yes, we
Dr. Esther.
PayPal. PayPal. They can make payment through PayPal. We shared that in the group, and they can make payment through PayPal. I can, for anyone who is interested, who is watching, you can come make a comment in the comment section, and then we can, I can send the PayPal to Mr. Ernest, and we can just send it to you if you know you would like to join the boot camp that is starting tomorrow and also extending till Monday. So for those living abroad, we have a PayPal that you can make payments, and if you have also a Nigerian account, this you can send the money directly to Roseline Aigbokhan's Nigerian account number. We've made it easy. We also have someone that is not in Nigeria that made payment through PayPal, and it we got it easily.
It's actually
Yes,
starting
okay.
tomorrow. At what time?
It's starting tomorrow by 7 p.m. Roseline, right?
Yes, 7 p.m.
Okay. So we have to hurry to start sending our payment and giving. We need your contact too, because for the listeners, they are listening and they actually want to know how they can get to you and integrate the WhatsApp group. So how can they reach you in order to participate in this participate in the boot camp?
Um, okay.
Okay,
Uh, we have our. You can either. I'm going to put um, my email and also my number. Um,
okay.
and then Rosaline, I think you can put your email as well and your number um,
Yeah.
in the box. And I'll just put my also my phone number.
Okay. We also have the phone number for WhatsApp on the flyer too, which we will,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
we're gonna post
yes.
also. So the event, the Balanced Woman Virtual Bootcamp, it starts tomorrow, the 28th of January, and it extends to Sunday, the 29th of January this year. It's amazing. You, if you want to be inspired, you want to learn, you want to network, you want to be able to know the steps to succeed and the paths to success and how to balance your life. This is the event you want to be part of. For those who are listening all over the world, you can join us tomorrow. And do you have any other information you want to share with us, Miss Roseline and Dr. Esther, before we go?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I am grateful. I thank you so much. This means a lot to me, to us, as as the host of the boot camp. This means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I am grateful. God bless you all. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Esther.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you for listening. Thank you. We know today is Saturday and most of you will love to chill in front of your TVs, but thank you for showing up for us and thank you for the support. Thank you, Mr. Ernest. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Shin. The questions were amazing and thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much. It's
you.
for the greater purpose. We are so glad having you. It's going to inspire so many
Yes,
people.
thank
For
you.
sure, we all want to be part of this boot.
Thank you. This is Apex One Radio, and I'm hosting along with Shin. We on the show today we had Dr. Esther and Miss Rosaline. They are a life coach and um, a safety advocate and fulfillment specialist. It was an amazing time being here, and we'd like to close this show and see you next time. Stay tuned. We are Apex One Radio. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, I wanted to ask.